Hello everyone. The next topic which we will be discussing is about the human excretory system. So what is human excretory system? As the name suggests, excretory, which means there will be an excretion of the waste products from the body. So it is a dedicated system of organs that removes the waste products from the human body, which is called the human excretory system. The major products generated in the human body is urea. It is the major product, along with which some of other toxins are also generated. So urea, it is being eliminated by the kidneys by the process of urination, and solid wastes, they are removed from the body by the intestine. So let's start. That human excretory system, it is the main function here is to remove the waste from the human body. It includes the kidneys and their functional units, the nephron. So the nephron, they they play a major role because they are the part of the kidney, and they play a major role in the human excretory system. The excretory activity of the kidney, it is being modulated by specialized hormones that regulate the amount of absorption within the nephron. So there are several hormones and ions which also play a major role in the filtration of the blood as well as in the excretion of various waste products from the body. Now, there are these are some of the main organs of the human excretory system, and that are kidney, ureter, bladder, that is the urinary bladder, and urethra. So it is a figure which is representing the human excretory system only. So there are a pair of kidneys. So the right kidney and left kidney are represented here. There is a renal artery which is being shown in the red, and there is a renal vein which is being shown in the blue color. This is the ureter. Then this is a urinary bladder and the urethra. So from here the urine is being passed out. Now we will be discussing each of these organs in detail. So first we will be discussing is about the kidneys. So kidneys, as you can see the shape of the kidney, it is a bean shape. So the structure of the kidney is a bean shape, and it is, there are two kidneys which are present. So in the human body there are two kidneys which are present. So it is located on either side of the backbone, and it is protected by ribs and muscles on the back. So what is the length and width and weight of the kidney? So length, width and weight of the kidney are, the length is about 10 to 12 centimeters, width is about 5 to 7 centimeters, and weight is about 120 to 170 grams. The kidneys, they have an inner concave structure. So you can see there is an inner concave structure which is being shown in the kidney. There are various blood vessels, ureter, and nerve enter the kidney through the hilum. This is the hilum which is represented here. Through the hilum, which is a notch. This is a notch. So the circle which you are seeing in the dotted lines here, it is the notch at the inner concave surface of the kidney. So the renal pelvis, which is a large funnel shaped space, it is present inner to the hilum, and it has many projections which is called as chylices. Now kidney, it is made up of a number of subunits which is called as the nephrons. The kidney, it has been divided into several parts. There is the outer renal cortex and the inner renal medulla. So there is a cortex and the medulla. So what are these? So if I talk about the renal cortex first, then it is the outer part of the kidney. So you can see here, this is the outer part of the kidney. This is the outer part of the kidney, which consists of glomerules and tubules from the outer cortex. And it is a protective layer, and it also manufactures hormones, that is the erythropoietin. So it also helps in the manufacture of the hormones. And if I talk about the renal medulla, then it is the inner smooth part of the kidney which consists of loop of Henle, and renal pyramids forms the renal medulla. So this is what the renal medulla is. Now I was talking about the subunits that consist of that are in the kidney, that are the nephrons. So nephrons, so this nephrons nephrons are the functional units of the kidney, and each kidney has about 1 million nephrons in each kidney. So the basic function of nephron is to carry out the secretion as well as the excretion. So this is the main function of the nephrons. Now nephrons have also been divided into two parts, but we will not get into that detail because here we will be discussing more on the organs of the excretory system. So this was all about the kidney. Next is the ureter. So a pair of thin muscular tubes, it is called the ureter, which comes out of the kidney and extending from the renal pelvis. So it was being depicted in the diagram as well, that what is the ureter. It carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. So it acts like a passage for the urine to pass through the ureter and then to the urethra, and it will be excreted out from the body. So the function of the ureter is to propel urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder from time to time. So this is the main function here. Next is about the urinary bladder. So here you can see there is a ureter which has been there. So it is like a tube, it is tube-like structure which carries the urine and carries it to the urinary bladder, and then it will be passed out to the urethra. Urinary bladder, it is the organ that controls the passage of the urine. So it is a muscular sac-like structure which stores the urine. So this is a sac-like structure which stores the urine, and it is present above the pubic bone. Where it is present? So it is present above the pubic bone. The average capacity of a human bladder is around 4 to 600 ml, and it holds urine until its capacity and expel it by the process of micturition when it is full. So urinary bladder is amplified by the process of micturition, that is the act of the urination. So what is it? It is the act of the urination. The bladder, it is lined by a muscular tissue which squeezes during the micturition, allowing the urine to flow out. So this is the main function of the urinary bladder. So the next concept we will discuss about, the next organ which we will be discussing about, is the urethra. So urethra, this tube arises from the urinary bladder and helps to expel urine out of the body. In males, it is a common route for sperms as well as for the urine, and it is the opening which is guided by the sphincter muscles. So this is the opening which is being guided by the sphincter muscle. Now the urine is being formed from these processes. So the urine is formed in the nephrons in the three processes, that is the glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, and secretion. So this is a whole different concept and a different topic for the urine formation. So this was all about the human excretory system. Now if I want to conclude this and want to say what are the functions of the human excretory system. So the main function here is to eliminate the wastes from the body which are generated as the byproducts of the metabolism. It also works in order to maintain the hemostasis. So hemostasis is basically maintaining an equilibrium in the body by keeping the temperature and fluid balance stable. So apart from metabolic wastes, there are other chemical and hormonal wastes too, which are generated in the body and excreted by various processes. So the urinary system, however, filters the blood of the nitrogenous waste, urea, salts, and excess water, and excrete them out of the body in the form of the urination. So these are all the functions of the excretory system. So human excretory system includes organs that facilitate the removal of nitrogen waste from the body. The main organs, we have studied all the organs in detail, that is the kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. What is the function of kidney? They filter the blood, and urine is the filtrate obtained. Urine passes through the urinary bladder via ureter, which is a tube-like structure. It is expelled out of the body. So this process is known as the micturition. And the concept of osmoregulation, where kidneys, they regulate the osmotic pressure of a mammal's body through excessive purification and the filtration. So this is known as the osmoregulation. So this was all about the human excretory system. These are some of the references.